Heartworm is a deadly disease, and your pet's risk is defined by where you live. But the map is changing. For the first time, a new state has claimed the #1 spot for heartworm risk: Texas. Texas now leads a 10-state heartworm belt, a region concentrated in the American Southeast. But this is not just a southern problem. Heartworm has now been diagnosed in all 50 states. So, what makes these states so high risk? And what hidden forces are causing this threat to spread nationwide? The baseline factor has always been climate. The warm, humid conditions of the Southeast and Gulf Coast create perfect breeding grounds for mosquitoes. But that climate is shifting. Longer summers and milder winters are extending mosquito seasons across the country. Major weather events like hurricanes and floods leave behind massive amounts of standing water, causing mosquito population explosions. Even in colder states, sheltered urban areas form microclimates that allow mosquitoes to survive far longer than you would expect. So mosquitoes have more time and more places to breed. But are the mosquitoes themselves becoming a bigger threat? The danger isn't just in swamps or ponds. A mosquito can lay eggs in a water source as small as a bottle cap you might find on your patio. The answer is yes. More mosquito species can now transmit heartworm, and invasive ones like the Asian tiger mosquito are migrating north and west. The disease also travels by highway. When infected dogs are moved from high-risk shelters for adoption, they act as carriers into new regions. Wildlife like coyotes and foxes also act as natural reservoirs. As they adapt to suburban life, they bring the risk closer to our own backyards. But the environment and animal migration are only part of the story. The single biggest factor in the rise of heartworm cases is human behavior. Veterinarians state that owner non-compliance is a primary challenge. Many clients fail to give preventive medication year-round, creating a gap for infection. The scale of this protection gap is shocking. In 2025, only 1/3 of dogs in the U.S. received even a single dose of heartworm preventive. The result of these combined factors is undeniable. Heartworm cases show a steady upward trend, rising from 900,000 dogs in 2001 to over 1.1 million today. Within high-risk states are hyper-local hotspots. Areas like East Texas and the Florida Panhandle see clinics diagnosing over 100 cases per year. So, are you located in one of these hotspots? Or, more to the point, is the threat moving toward you? The traditional hotspots are clear, but where is heartworm now appearing that would surprise most pet owners? And it isn't limited to dogs. The belief that indoor cats are safe is a dangerous myth. It only takes one infected mosquito getting inside your home. Heartworm is aggressively expanding its footprint into areas once considered low risk. States like Colorado, Oregon, and California are seeing a rise in cases. To complicate matters, veterinarians are now fighting heartworm strains that are resistant to our most common preventive medications. Financial barriers can also impact preventive care, with lower rates of heartworm prevention seen in areas with socioeconomic challenges. Because of these factors, the idea of a mosquito season is obsolete. The American Heartworm Society now considers the threat to be year-round, nationwide. So this is not a simple problem with a single cause. It is a complex web of climate, animal movement, and human behavior. Let's connect the dots. The relocation of infected shelter dogs from the Southeast is directly seeding new outbreaks in the West and Northeast. Now combine a changing climate, which creates longer mosquito seasons everywhere, with the 67% gap in preventive medication. This is a formula for disaster. Finally, consider the wildlife reservoirs. This means there is a huge, constantly available pool for mosquitoes to pick up the parasite and transmit it. The picture is clear. The states with the highest risk are at the intersection of a favorable climate and a large, unprotected pet population. So which states have the highest risk? It's not just the top 10 in the South anymore. That map is changing every single year. The threat is growing. It is spreading geographically, and the greatest contributing factor is the one we can actually control. Despite the complexity of drug resistance and climate change, The power to protect your pet is simple. Talk to your vet about testing and year-round prevention. Don't wait to find out if your county is the next hotspot. The single best defense is protecting your pet, starting today.